Hey, this is Jennifer and Megan. We are two sisters from South Carolina on a mission to discover more about our British grandmother's life in London by reading, researching, and sharing her love letters she wrote during World War II. If you're looking for an interesting, unique perspective on life, love, and London during World War II, then you've found the right place. We will take you through each letter and bring them to life as we have recently traveled to some of the exact places mentioned in these letters. Think of this as a historic love story come to life. So grab your favorite beverage and blanket and prepare to dive in with us. This is the All My Love Lucy podcast. Hey, and welcome back to the All My Love Lucy podcast. We're so glad you're here with us for episode number 11.
As always, we want to start off by saying thank you to everyone for all the love and support. We really appreciate it.
We really do. And we want to say thank you for all the favorite flower guesses that we had this week. We do have a winner, and we'll announce the winner when we get to the part in the letter where Lucy tells us what her favorite flower is. And also, we will have a drawing at the end for all the people who shared the post and the new subscribers. So stay tuned for that.
We would also like to say, if you're a first-time listener, we encourage you to go back and start with episode number 1 to catch up with all the information we've discussed so far.
Yes, and as I said last time, we've come a long way since that first episode. And while this podcast is more like a series, so it is better to go back to the beginning, we want y'all to keep that in mind if you do. We've never done this before, and we still are super nervous, and we're trying to get comfortable in front of a camera. We also had some technical equipment issues in the beginning, so we think we've got all that worked out. It's a lot better. We're still evolving. We're learning as we go. So there's a lot of great information in those first episodes. Just be patient with us and keep that in mind if you go back. And don't forget, we have a complete, uninterrupted reading of the letter at the end of each episode. So be sure to stick around for that. Now let's get started with letter number 11, which is dated just one day after the last letter she wrote. Thought that was interesting.
July 17th, 1944. My darling Jimmie, what a lovely surprise to receive another letter from you. The postal service is certainly improving, as the postmark was dated 15th, so it only took 3 days to get here.
Now, I've been doing some reading about the Postal Service during this time period, and there's a lot of really great information about it, and I'm going to do a little more research on it. I don't feel like I have a complete grasp on it yet to share, but we'll talk more about this next time because it's very interesting, the Postal Service, what was going on during this time. It's really amazing that the Postal Service kept operating like it did during this time period with all the doodle bugs and all the chaos going on in London. And a lot of that had to do with the Home Guard. And again, like I said, we'll talk more in depth next time about this. But do you remember us talking about the Home Guard? I believe it was in episode 1, maybe 2. So the Home Guard played a vital role in protecting the post office, the postal service during that time. And so it's definitely worth dedicating some time to talk about that. And I want to wait. I'll have it ready next time so I can really talk about that.
She goes on to say, I enjoyed my rest over the weekend, but darling, I missed you so much and was longing for your company. I picked some wee forget-me-nots to send you, but unfortunately, I left them behind at the house. I have, however, my favorite flower.
The moment we've all been waiting for, Lucy's favorite flower. Now, we had lots of great guesses, such as lily of the valley, and then several people said roses, but only one person guessed specifically the correct answer, which is pink roses. And the winner of that guess is again Libby. And so congratulations again to Libby. But wait, there's more. Since we did have so many rose guesses for the flower, technically a rose is the right answer. So we're going to go ahead and send a sticker to everyone who voted for roses as the favorite flower. So you get a sticker, and you get a sticker, and you get channeling my Oprah, my inner Oprah. So please send us your address to allmylovelucy@gmail.com if you voted roses in any color, whatever color you said, or if you didn't say color, for Lucy's favorite flower. And we'll send you one of our awesome stickers for your car or for your laptop. What do you put stickers on your Jeep, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Do you put them on the inside?
I put them on my roof.
Okay. And so wherever you put stickers, whatever you like to do with them, you're going to get one of those. I love our stickers. I think
they are so cute.
I know they are. So, but again, thank you all for your participation. And now that we've said the correct flower, you're probably going to really notice that we use pink roses a lot in our merchandise, in our media, the things that we post. We use the color pink a lot. We use pink roses. We put pink roses on things. And so now you know why. That's why. So anyway, back to the letter. Lucy put what kind of flower in the envelope?
A pink rose, which I hope you will like. I have put a big kiss in it for you, so don't lose it. Darling, you have not told me what is your favorite flower. I would like to know.
Now, because we do not have any of Jimmie's letters from this time period, of course, we do not know if he answered her yet about what his favorite flower is. Now, we may find out at some point, but it will have to be her mentioning it in her letters until we get to around October of 1944. Then we start having some letters from him, which I can't wait for. That's going to be fun.
I can't wait either.
Yeah, I've asked my husband if he'll read them. The letters
what
that
did
Jimmie,
he say?
He said he wasn't sure. I don't know if he wants to be on camera, but I told him he didn't have to be on camera. He could just read them and we could record him reading it.
Oh, that would be fun.
So maybe we'll see, but we'll see when we get there. It's got a couple more months on that, but so also we have a couple of really cool stories to tell y'all about coming across pink roses while we were in London back in September. And so, first, when we boarded the afternoon tea bus, and if you've not watched our little video that we have up about our afternoon tea bus, go and watch that. It was so much fun.
Oh, it was a blast.
I'm telling you, it was. I didn't know what to expect when we booked the bus tour, because it's actually a tour of London, and they serve afternoon tea with all the little, what are they called? Little cupcake things, all your little, everything you would get normally in an afternoon tea. You do this on the bus, and it's an old timey red London bus, and you get a tour of all the main spots in London while you're on the bus. But anyway, we walked up on this bus, and it had pink roses lined all the way around the bus for decoration. And we were like, oh my gosh, that's so cool.
It was perfect.
It was perfect. Yeah. And so then this one's funny. We got lost in Hyde Park.
How could I forget?
We were trying to find the Princess Diana, the little statue of her with the kids. And I think someone misunderstood what we were asking, because they sent us so far away in Hyde Park. We walked for I don't know how long. That was the day we got like 20,000 steps in, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But we loved Hyde Park. It was so great.
It was beautiful.
I longed to go back to that place. Ended up, the place that we were actually looking for was at Kensington Palace, like 5 steps outside the door of where we were to begin with. When we found that statue, it was in the little garden beside the palace. And when we found that, we were like, oh my word. But it worked out because we got to see so much of Hyde Park unintentionally. It was great though, because we just had a blast, and it was beautiful, and it's a wonderful place to be. But back to the pink roses thing, there was we come upon some pink roses there at the Princess Diana Memorial Fountain. Now This is
No,
where,
two separate ones.
yes, that's something separate than the statues with her with the standing there with little kids. That's different. But when we asked someone to send us there, they sent us way on the other side of the park to the actual fountain. And so, but it was neat to see that.
It was.
Even though we just accidentally ended up there, it was neat to see the memorial fountain that they have there for her, which is really nice. And so there were pink roses around the fountain there, around the fence area. And then probably the most special one that I want to talk about is the one where we visited the church where Grandma Lucy was baptized. She was baptized at this church, St. Paul's, in 1929. And we visited there. And afterwards, after we got to go inside and tour the church, we got to see the font where she would have been baptized. And a lady that looked just like her gave us a tour of the church. It was kind of weird, but anyway. So we got a tour of the church, and then we walked outside, and we were just kind of walking through that neighborhood, enjoying the day, and kind of trying to find where we could get transportation. We were looking for the train station, or somewhere where we could get a cab or something. So we were just walking, taking our time. And there were no flowers in sight on the street that we were on. It was just a neighborhood, just a random neighborhood. And so there were no flowers in sight on the street except one rose bush. And guess what color it was? Megan spotted this. Guess what color it was? Pink. It was pink. It was kind of a peachy pink, but it was still pink. It was just this one rose bush with pink roses in the middle of nothing.
I know. It was something else.
It was, and it's hard to explain all of this, but we felt like Lucy was there with us on so many occasions. And we definitely felt like seeing these pink roses were like little love notes from heaven from her while we were there. It was real special when we would come across these flowers. So
She goes on to say, I am glad you have asked me to get you some writing paper, and I will try and obtain some for you tomorrow. It has been very peaceful today, hardly any doodlebugs. I told you all the news yesterday, so I haven't much to say this evening, but I just had to write another letter to my darling, as I want to please you and make you feel happy.
That's sweet. So we've talked a lot about these V1 doodlebug bombs that Hitler was unleashing on London beginning June of 1944. And that summer, nearly 10,000 of these doodlebugs were sent aiming for British shores. That's a lot. They said sometimes there was 100 to 200 a day that were aimed at London. I don't know that they all hit London. I'm not sure on the details of all that, but that's a lot, 10,000 in that summer. But these bombs caused over 6,000 deaths, 18,000 were wounded, and countless became homeless because of these doodlebug bombs destroying everything. It still was not as destructive as the Blitz, which was 1940 to 41. And we'll talk more about that later. She mentions that a little bit. But over 1 million people left London to escape these doodlebug bombs. So by July, what she's mentioning here is July the 17th, there were some effective defenses in place, which probably led to her saying that there weren't hardly any that day. Many of them were likely launched by the Germans and then intercepted by the British. Also, the Allied forces were working really hard in France, with one of the main goals being to shut down those V1 launch sites over there. So, even though she says she didn't see many doodlebugs that day, it doesn't mean that this bombing campaign was over. It was far from over, as we'll learn that in the fall, Hitler started unleashing the next wave with the V2 bombs, which were even more destructive, and we'll talk more about that later too. So we'll talk more about those bombs. The doodlebug bombs kept on going. The first V2 bomb, I think, was around maybe September. So we'll talk more about that later.
It was a real sunny day today and reminded me vividly of the Saturday morning we went to Piccadilly Circus by taxi, then to lunch at Lyon's Corner House and back home by taxi, and he brought me those lovely flowers. I wonder whether you had any idea it would be our last day together before you went to France."
So, as we keep mentioning about our London trip, when we went, we aimed to visit a lot of the significant places mentioned in these letters, and we were able to see several of them in that one trip. Now, we packed our schedule full. We were going from the morning till the night.
Oh, yes.
But we saw so much, and not just the things in these letters. We got to see a lot of the iconic tourist places. We just were able to do a lot. But we were able to visit Grandma's Lucy's flat at 133. I'm sure you've seen the little video we put up about that. We went to the ring shop on New Bond Street, the church where she was baptized. We visited Covent Garden where they first met. And we had planned to go to Piccadilly Circus to this building that she's mentioning where the Lions Corner House was. We had planned to go on a different day than we actually ended up there. Funny story, the only opportunity, because we had some things that got kind of switched around our schedule, we switched our schedule around a little bit. The only opportunity we had to visit that building was on our last day together in London. And it was the very last place we visited before we left to come back home to the US. So that was neat. It just worked out that way. We did not plan that. So the building now holds a Harry Potter type merchandise business. And we did go inside and walk around, even though it would not look anything like it did back then on the inside. The outside is still recognizable, and so I'll put some pictures up so y'all can see that, but it was a really great experience being there, just thinking about them going there that last day together. So,
Fancy, it is just over 2 months ago since we were together, but keep smiling, darling, because it is 2 months nearer to our next meeting, and I am saving all my kisses for the old man. So don't go giving any of yours away because I want every single one in exchange. Well, my darling sweetheart, take great care of yourself and please write to me soon. With even more love than last time. It keeps growing deeper and stronger every day. From your Lucy.
that is so sweet. The way she talks to him is so sweet. So we continue on this journey with Lucy as she details her life and hardships and longing while she dreams about the day she and Jimmie will be reunited. And Jimmie, he's over there in France still, will have more details on some of the things he's about to get involved in from that book, Key to Command, that gives us details about what he was doing. So we'll share more of that next time too. And as mentioned last time, we're having some fun celebrating our 10th episode from last time. Now it's 11, but we're going to be giving away another t-shirt. First of all, thank you all for participating, for sharing the episode, and all the new subscribers and followers. We are so glad you're here with us. And so now we're going to draw the name of the winner. All right, you ready? This is Lucy's teacup from way back in the day. I know we said that last time, but this is one of her beautiful teacups. And we thought that would be fun to put the names in.
Okay.
Drum roll, please.
Jennifer.
Congratulations, Jennifer. Jennifer is, we've mentioned her before in a previous episode. She's the one who knows shorthand. Remember how I said, do you remember me talking about shorthand?
Yeah.
And I said, buddy, I'm telling you what, if I knew shorthand, or if I even passed the class with shorthand, I'll tell everybody. I'll be like, hey, my name's Jennifer, and I know shorthand. That's the Jennifer I'm talking about. She knows shorthand. So fun fact about Jennifer. Congratulations, Jennifer. And wait, there's more. I keep saying that, but wait, there's more. We have decided that we're going to draw 2 names just for fun, because we're feeling generous. Yeah. So we're going to draw another name of someone who shared the episode, or new subscriber, new follower. So here we go. Drum roll, please.
James.
Congratulations, James. James is one of our faithful listeners. He listens to all of our episodes, and we're so grateful for your support. And so, congratulations on your t shirt. And we'll get those t shirts to y'all probably in the next week or so. And we'll let you know when they ship out. And so you can know when to be expecting that. But thanks again to everyone who participated. This has been a lot of fun.
Oh, yes.
I've had a lot of fun with this. So, thank y'all so much. All the votes, all the shares, everything. We are just really, really, really grateful.
So don't miss any of our upcoming episodes as we are discovering more and more about Jimmie and Lucy's life and love story during this time. And next time is when she mentions that she's getting ready to go to Cambridge. And we'll have more details about that next time, so don't miss that.
Yeah, I think last time I said that she was going to talk about this letter, but it's next time that she's going to be talking about going to Cambridge. But that's really interesting because it's a part of another ongoing investigation for Lucy's family members, that long lost family members that we're researching right now. I'm on the hunt. Y'all know I'm on the hunt. It's going to be fun. I get going down these rabbit trails. It's fun, but I find out a lot of good information. But that's Cambridge has something to do with family. So we'll talk about that. And as always, if you don't want to miss any of our episodes, please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel or follow on Podbean or Facebook, whichever you prefer. I know I sound like a broken record on that, but we did have that Facebook outage last week. Did yours go out too?
Yeah, I did.
I thought someone had hacked me.
Me too.
And I started changing my password like 3 times.
Yeah.
And I really thought I was afraid of losing my personal stuff. But then I started thinking about our All My Love Lucy Facebook page and all of the people that are following on there. And I thought, we really don't have any way to get in touch with them if they haven't subscribed to another avenue. So that's what I want to say, that it's really important that you subscribe somewhere other than Facebook. Even if you just want to email us to allmylovelucy@gmail.com, you can just email us and say, hey, just wanted you to have my email. That way we can reach you if Facebook ever is not available. And who knows what will happen, in the future. So just make sure there's some way. If you've subscribed to YouTube or followed on Podbean, those are the best ways. But like I said, you can just email us, just a way that we can communicate with you if Facebook's not there. We are actually working on getting an official website with an email subscription option so we could just send out the episodes kind of like a newsletter. We're in the process of that. It's a long process, a long kind of expensive process. So we're in the middle of trying to figure out the best way to go with that. But until we have that up and running, we just wanted to stress the importance of not relying totally on Facebook for these episodes. It's fine while it's working. We don't want you to not be on Facebook, but when it's not working, then we want to be able to reach out. So that's my little spiel about that, just the importance of that.
As always, we want to say thank you so much for joining us and hanging out with us. We truly hope you've enjoyed this episode.
We really do. And as promised, we will end the episode with an uninterrupted reading of the letter. So until next time, enjoy.
July 17th, 1944. My darling Jimmie, what a lovely surprise to receive another letter from you. The postal service is certainly improving as the postmark was dated 15th, so it only took 3 days to get here. I enjoyed my rest over the weekend, but darling, I missed you so much and was longing for your company. I picked some wee forget-me-nots to send you, but unfortunately, I left them behind at the house. I have, however, got a pink rose, my favorite flower, which I hope you will like. I have put a big kiss in it for you, so don't lose it. Darling, you have not told me what is your favorite flower. I would like to know. I am glad you have asked me to get you some writing paper, and I will try and obtain some for you tomorrow. It has been very peaceful today, hardly any doodlebugs. I told you all the news yesterday, so I haven't much to say this evening, but I just had to write another letter to my darling, as I want to please you and make you feel happy. It was a real sunny day today and reminded me vividly of the Saturday morning we went to Piccadilly Circus by taxi, then to lunch at Lyons Corner House, and back home by taxi, and you brought me those lovely flowers. I wonder whether you had any idea it would be our last day together before you went to France. Fancy is it just over 2 months ago since we were together, but keep smiling, darling, because it is 2 months nearer to our next meeting, and I am saving all my kisses for the old man. So don't go giving any of yours away because I want every single one in exchange. Well, my darling sweetheart, take great care of yourself and please write to me soon. With even more love than last time, it grows deeper and stronger every day. From your Lucy.
If you are hearing this message, you've listened to the entire episode, and for that, we want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We truly hope you enjoyed this episode, and we hope you'll return for the next episode of the All My Love Lucy podcast.